Photographs are like doors to another time. We like to look back on these memories because they bring back joy. Sometimes I look back too frequently because I want to feel this calmness in a world of chaos.
The one thing that would block your voice is your own anxiety, your own doubt, your own inner critical voice. It's quite another thing to consciously creating. It's just this expression of light. That's what we get to do as photographers.
I'm a very anxious person. I've dealt with anxiety for my entire life. A lot of my life isn't peaceful. You know, it's hard when you have a brain that's constantly going and going and going. Buffalo schools don't teach photography. I never had the opportunity to learn photography in my education at school. I grew up taking classes at CEPA Gallery. That's how I got my start in photography.
Mentorship is really important. Learning is really important, but having a mentor in something like photography, I think, is really important because you need someone who's walked the walk, who knows the pitfalls, offer the best you can and get out of the way. Just get out of the way and let them succeed or not succeed. That's what freedom is.
I wanted to be a documentary photographer. I wanted to be a photojournalist. I wanted to work with a magazine. I went to school and I learned new things and I decided maybe that's not what I want to do.
So when I photograph really anything, I like to tell a story. I like to develop characters. And, you know, I'll see something and it moves me and I know it's the right composition of the big scene when I get the goosebumps or a gasp or some physical feeling. I know that, oh, that's the frame right there.
Photography is kind of a way to express things that you don't know how to express through words. A lot of the time it's hard to articulate what you're thinking, especially for me, and it's hard to put complicated thoughts and complicated feelings into words. So when you can show it through an image, it's much easier and it's therapeutic. I honestly just think something that I want to work on for myself is just my confidence, photography and non-photography. It's hard for me to believe that I get the opportunity to go work with such a talented photographer. It makes me so emotional. It just means a lot to me. Hi.
Since we're going to be working together, what are you working on with your photography?
You know, I'm finishing up a series that I've been working on for a while, and I've been in a very street photography path. So landscape photography is getting out of my comfort zone.
What is a good landscape photo about? How would it affect you? How would it affect your audience?
I feel like when I take a landscape photo, I want it to feel present, and I want it to feel, you know, like a genuine moment. I think I really want it to be these split seconds that you'll never get back.
I like to work from the inside out. So that means when I choose a place to go, I like to take a minute and really soak it in and see what the story is.
Yeah.
And see what feeling, you know, what the light has to say. We're chasing light. It's all about the light.
I mean, photography is writing with light, so.
Yeah, it is.
It's the whole thing.
It is. Then I go, what's the story? What else is there? And who are the characters? Where's the subject? Where are the little chunked down, carved in other stories that make up the bigger story?
Right. So in landscape terms, that would be the whole mountain range, but then the texture. And
so one of the definitions of fine art is it represents the artist's point of view. So a lot of landscape photographers will shoot the scene because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
But a fine artist will find that one thing that expresses their point of view, something that elicits a feeling that represents who that artist is and how they see the world.
It's been great working with Karen. She's very patient and she walks through it with you. She has also been there in your shoes. And she knows what matters.
I get really choked up when I think about being in a position to give back and to help someone, maybe, I hope, not have to go through what I went through, or at least find some quicker way of swimming those waters. So if I can save her some of that, that would make it worthwhile.
Ooh, there's bees.
I know. So bring your aperture down, let's see.
Yesterday we were doing 2.8.
I would try 4, 5.6 or 4.
Okay.
But I'd get up close. Hope is incredibly talented. She is super, super smart, and she doubts herself, which of course makes you anxious. And that thing is a killer. And that was when I began to realize, oh my God, you're me.
Images hold such power, and they are capable of telling so many different stories because so many people will interpret it so many different ways. The way I look at a photo is different than the way you look at a photo, and it means something different to all of us. That's the amazing thing about it, is that it's not just confined to one story. I feel like all the time you're like, I wish my camera could see what my eyes see. And I feel like with this camera, it's the other way around. I wish my eyes could see what this camera sees. I think we so desperately want to feel like we fit in somewhere and like we have a place, especially myself, I want to just feel like a human being. It's important for me to be able to look at these photographs and be like, yeah, I can do this. This is something that I'm meant to do. I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right path. And I think being here and working with Karen, it's kind of been a reminder that this is the space I want to be in.
A lot of creatives wonder, what is my creative voice? One of the things you have to trust is that if you're in the moment and you're fully present, because of the way light responds to emotion and thought and feeling, your voice is as clear in your images as you are, which is why the inner work is so important. One of the things I love about Fujifilm is the way they just keep developing X-T5. It has a life, it has expression. It really is a step above. This does something completely new.
When you take a picture, there's always going to be a little bit of yourself in it. It makes you feel less alone. And I think we all don't want to feel alone. That's why I started taking the images, because they made me feel not alone. I just want to matter to people. I want to make an impact in some way, even if it's small. Being chosen for this makes me feel like I matter, and what I have to say is important. I want to be important in some way. I want to have a spot in all of this.